There's something that women will always attempt to make you feel, even if you're successful in life. This even happens to rich guys and celebrities. And the example that I'll give you is in the song Rockstar by Post Malone that features 21 Savage. So the rapper 21 Savage has a 12-car garage, right? So you can imagine how big his house is, right? It must be a freaking mansion. There's a part in the song where he raps, drinking Henny, bad bitches jumping in the pool, and they ain't got on no bra. So he's got some hot girls in the pool, they got their boobs out, and then his other lyric mentions what they said to him in that moment. They're like, Savage, why you got a 12-car garage and you only got 6 cars? Right? So what are the women doing in that moment? Right? Think about it. He's got a mansion most likely with a 12-car garage and he's got 6 freaking cars. He's very successful, he's got a lot of money and he's famous. And they're saying that to him. What's going on? What's going on is that women always check to see if you think you're worthy of them or not. And that happens even at that level of success in life. But for an everyday guy, what he'll get is questions like, why do you play video games? Isn't that for nerds? Why do you go to the gym 4 nights a week? Do you actually have a life outside of the gym? The woman is checking to see if he thinks that she gets to decide if he's worthy, if he's cool, if he's good enough. So, for example, 21 Savage seems like he does absolutely fine with women. He seems very confident. He seems like a bad boy type of guy. So he most likely wouldn't make the mistake that a guy would make in a moment like that, where a woman said, you know, why have you got a 12-car garage and you've only got 6 cars? Right? A guy who doesn't feel worthy of the woman in that moment may say something like, oh yeah, well, I'm thinking of getting a Lambo as well and maybe a Hummer. I mean, yeah, I'm probably going to fill it out over the next year. And the woman then sees that, okay, he needs to prove himself to her in that moment. He needs to continue to show that he's cool, that he's worthy, right? That he has got his life together. Rather than what a man who understands how to handle that moment would do, where he would just laugh at her or he would just look at her and continue on talking to others and not be affected by it. Let her feel silly for saying something like that. Or if he wanted to laugh at her, he could just laugh at her and say, this girl, right? Or he could say something like, well, there has to be a spot for you to park your car when you come over to my place, right? Or, yeah, well, look, maybe you can buy me some cars. Get me a Lambo, girl. And playfully put some pressure back on her in the moment, right? Where she sees that you don't suddenly feel unworthy, right? You don't suddenly feel like you're not good enough, that you've got a 12-car garage, but you haven't got 12 cars in there. You loser. You got to have 12 to be cool enough for her. Okay, so bringing it down to a normal level now, like not celebrity lifestyle. In everyday life, women are wired to be neutral towards men or even indifferent, or in some cases, actively try to make you feel unworthy unless you prove that you are by genuinely believing in yourself. And it's not because women are cruel. They're not trying to hurt you. Instead, women are instinctively attracted to men who have confidence that doesn't waver, that doesn't crumble under pressure. And if you have the type of confidence that doesn't crumble under pressure, the woman then looks up to you and respects you. She feels like she wants to submit to you because you are a more powerful force than her. You are a man that she can trust in to be a man when it counts. You're not the sort of man that's going to be picked on by other guys, and you're not the sort of man that she's going to walk all over in a relationship just by being a bit difficult or making you feel unworthy in certain moments, right? When you try to initiate a hug and she might be a bit coy, or you give her a compliment and she teases you in return, right? She's just playfully teasing you, but she says it in a moment where she's testing to see if you need her to say a compliment back to feel like you're worthy, like you're good enough, or if she can say something cheeky back to you or tease you in a way that you're not quite sure if she's teasing you or not, right? She says it in a moment where it doesn't seem like she's playfully teasing you. She might be saying it in a serious way. How are you going to react in that moment? Are you going to fall apart now? Are you going to say, well, I just gave you a compliment and then you said that about me? Then she knows that, okay, you fall apart when under pressure. As a result, she can't fully trust in you to be the man when it counts. And the thing is, a lot of guys go through their life thinking that if I just get to a certain level of success in life, then women are going to go easy on me. They're going to stop with the tests. They're going to stop being women. He doesn't understand that they're not going to stop looking for what they're really looking for, the non-physical traits that you need to have as a man in order for them to respect you, feel attracted to you, love you, and want to be with you for real. Right? If you don't have those traits and you've just achieved a certain level of success in life and then they throw one of these comments at you and you fall apart, then it's like, okay, you're not ready yet. Right? You haven't fully matured as a man to the point where you're not looking to other people to give you compliments and say nice things in order for you to feel good about yourself. You can do it regardless of what other people are saying or doing. And the thing is, what often happens for guys as well is that when they put in a lot of effort to maybe get a better job and move to a better area or get a better car, then they end up attracting a woman that they could have attracted back when they hadn't achieved anything yet, because that woman is still all they can really handle, right? She isn't the type of woman that he really wants to be with. She's easier to get with, right? But the types of women that he actually finds attractive, the pretty girls, the beautiful women, the feminine women that he looks at and thinks, oh, wow, I want to be with her. She wants emotional masculinity. She wants to be able to look up to you and respect you. And she's not just going to give you that. Right? She's going to test you. She's going to see if you feel worthy. And if you don't, if you can't handle that, then it's like, okay, you're not going to be able to handle being in a relationship with her. And she will avoid getting with you, because if the woman is attractive and the guy doesn't feel like he's worthy of her, what's going to happen in the relationship? He's going to become needy, insecure, clingy, jealous, overprotective, and it's going to be a nightmare relationship scenario for her, right? Where the guy's just clinging onto her for dear life. If you want the attractive feminine women that you see, that you really feel the most amount of attraction for, then you need to be able to give them the type of attraction experience that they're looking for, where they can interact with you and they can see that you don't fall apart. You don't crumble under any pressure that they put on you in an interaction. And when a woman comes across a guy who doesn't crumble under any pressure, what happens is that she softens, right? She relaxes. She doesn't feel like she needs to continually test him or anything like that, because she can see that he can handle himself, and it's going to be pointless for her to be trying to make him feel unworthy when he's not even going to be affected by it. She's going to end up looking silly and feeling silly. So she doesn't feel like she needs to do it. But being a woman, she'll attempt to throw it in here and there, especially in moments where it's just the worst moment where she should be doing it. That's where she wants to see that, okay, you're confident and strong in all these other regular type of moments with her, but what about in this moment where it seems like she should just be nice and compliant now, but instead she throws in something like a maybe or a no, or I'm not sure, or I don't want to, right? In a moment like that, how are you going to feel now? How are you going to react now? Are you going to crumble under that pressure and start feeling like you have no control now? Or are you going to be able to maintain your composure, your confidence, and not be thrown off by the little bit of chaos that she's throwing in? Because women need to be able to see that you can handle the chaos and uncertainty of the world out there, because you're going to be her potential protector and leader. Right? She needs to be able to see that you're going to be able to handle the challenging people out there, the uncertain situations that you and her will encounter as a couple, because she's going to follow along with you, right? She's going to be looking up to and respecting you as her man, and she wants to see that you can actually be the man when it counts. And this is something that happens in a relationship as well, where a guy will assume that his woman has lost interest in him, but in reality, he's just lost confidence in himself. He's lost that feeling of worthiness. He has forgotten that he gets to decide whether he is worthy or not. He gets to decide his own worth, and instead he's been placing it in the woman's hands. And women are not wired to be reassuring and just make everything easy for you. Be soft and gentle and baby you, and hopefully make you feel confident, give you a pat on the head, pat on the back. Everything's fine, you're a good guy, right? Yes, I love you, you're so amazing. They're not wired to reward insecurity and uncertainty in that way. Women are wired to reward confidence and self-belief with attraction, love, respect, and devotion. They're not wired to reward insecurity, self-doubt with attraction, respect, love, and devotion. Right? That's not going to make her feel safe. That's not going to be a good thing for their survival as a couple, right? And their offspring, right? If we go back to the primal instincts, it's not going to be a good thing if she's rewarding weakness and patting weakness on the back, saying it's okay to be weak. No, be stronger, right? Be someone that she can look up to and respect. So in a relationship, a guy will often think that his woman has lost interest, but in reality, he's just lost confidence and forgotten that he gets to decide that he is worthy, and he's also, in many cases, not aware that the woman is not going to give him that, right? She's not going to continually make him feel like he's worthy. She's not wired to do that. He's got to do that himself. So it's important that you understand this as a man, because if you go through your life thinking that if you just achieve certain things, that women will eventually go easy on you and stop testing you in this way and making you feel like you're unworthy, then you're kidding yourself. It's never going to happen with the types of women that you really want. It will happen with unattractive women, sure. But the unattractive women will usually do a bait and switch anyway, right? Where they're nice in the beginning, but then they'll start to make you feel insecure in the relationship and unworthy. They'll make you feel like you really need to be with them. They'll start pulling away. They'll start playing mind games with you in many cases. Or if she's a nice, unattractive woman, sure, she'll just continue to be with you and she'll be nice to you, but you're not getting what you really want anyway, right? You didn't really find her attractive initially. You don't find her attractive in the relationship, but that's the only woman that you felt like you could handle, that you could get. But the women that you're actually attracted to when you've attempted to interact with them, they give you these tests. They happen all the time where the woman is being indifferent towards you, even though secretly she's looking at you thinking, yeah, this guy's kind of cool. And she might even find you attractive, but she's being indifferent, right? She's behaving like she could take you or leave you. She doesn't really care, right? She wants to see whether you feel like you're worthy, right? Does she need to tell you that you're worthy in order for you to feel worthy? Or are you actually going to claim that for yourself, that yes, I'm worthy. I'm worthy of being with a woman like her. And if you then claim it and say, yes, I'm going to talk to her, and she then tests you by playing a bit hard to get or being a bit indifferent, are you going to continue to feel like you're worthy, or are you going to fall apart, right? Are you the sort of guy that can only feel worthy, can only feel like you're going to achieve a goal in life if everything's just going in a straight line, right? If everything is just being reassuring to you, saying yes, 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 or even in the face of uncertainty, of chaos, of maybes, you still feel like you're worthy. You don't start to fall apart emotionally. You don't start to doubt yourself. So what I've taught you in this video will help you right now in your life with women and for the rest of your life. But if you're the sort of guy who struggles to feel confident around women that you find attractive and you struggle to feel worthy, then I highly recommend that you watch the first video that I teach at Master Attraction in my Attraction Mastery video lesson series, and that is on confidence. The guys who have learned this technique from me and the other techniques that you'll learn if you continue to learn have said that it's absolutely incredible. The confidence technique that you'll learn initially, absolutely incredible. The way that women suddenly find him attractive. Also that the guy actually starts to feel worthy of women that he's attracted to the point where he actually talks to her and he stays in the interaction with her. He doesn't suddenly start to doubt himself and leave the interaction. He stays in there because he feels worthy, right? He's not giving that to the woman and saying, hey, make me feel worthy. He's feeling worthy himself. He's using the right mindset and he's getting these sort of results. It's important that you master this area of your life as a man because women are never going to change. They're never going to stop testing to see if you feel worthy. They're always going to do it to you, whether you're single or in a relationship. You need to be able to feel worthy, feel confident, believe in yourself regardless of what the woman is saying or doing. And if you can do that, the woman then trusts in your confidence, in your self-belief. She sees that you're most likely a man who is going to be able to remain confident and continue to believe in himself even when things are uncertain, even when there's some chaos, even when there are some challenges in life, even when there are some challenges from her. You're not going to crumble under the pressure, and that is so magnetically attractive to women.